Quiz let loose! 10 questions about one topic, 10 seconds each time to pick an answer, and each correctly answered question gives you 1 point unless otherwise mentioned. That is how it goes. In what country occurred the Battle of Elsenborn Ridge? Now, was it in Belgium, was it in France, or was it in Germany? You might remember that Foy is quite close, and just like Foy, this one is in Belgium, exactly. Easy one right at the start, but let's stay at the historics here. Part of which campaign was Elsenborn Ridge? Was Elsenborn Ridge in the Battle of the Bulge, in the Battle of Dukla Pass, or was it the Battle of Maxim? Dukla Pass is Poland/Slovakia, and Maxim is a moderator on the Let Loose Discord, so yeah, it's the Battle of the Bulge, aka the Ardennes Offense. Now, I do like the name Elsenborn Ridge, but which of these points gives Elsenborn Ridge its name? One of these is actually the one that is also in the game called Elsenborn Ridge, but which one? Which one? Well, this might come as a surprise, but the one that is actually named Elsenborn Ridge is the one with all the trenches, the less amazing looking one. Yeah, a bit disappointing, but you know, we are gonna have trench warfare on Elsenborn Ridge. Yeah, what hardcap is this in this video? Quite a lot of material there, barn, little tents, lots of wrecks around the area, and I can tell you it's not Elsenborn Ridge. And I can tell you that because it is indeed the road to Elsenborn Ridge. How can it be that the road to Elsenborn Ridge looks better than Elsenborn Ridge? Now let's have one last question with hard points, and mine is the hardpoint Hinterberg has what special terrain? Does it have a lot of American tents? Does it have a burning forest? Or did some Axis planes crash there? There are certainly a few American tents across the map, and you can see a lot of planes in the sky, but in this case it is the burning forest that we're getting here, which gives me slightly hurting forest vibes. Alright, enough hardpoint questions. But with Elsenborn Ridge and Update 16, new stuff is also coming, so what new feature came with the Elsenborn Ridge update? Did we finally get mortars? Did we get the dynamic weather system? Or did we get biports for the light machine guns, like the bar for example? Well, I don't know what the future brings, but in this case, this brought us the dynamic weather system, which over time, as you might remember, will change the weather from a light drizzle of snow up to heavy blizzards, making the environment a bit more changing with every fight. And I'm gonna keep it here with new features. What did Elsenborn Ridge introduce for tankers? Can you now open hatches on tanks? Did we get some new tank camouflage? Or did we get the Panzer III Variant F? Well, maybe one day you will have your hatches or your Panzer III. For now, we have winter camo for the German and the US tanks. Alright, so much for features. Now, which of these did not fight at Elsenborn Ridge? That means 2 of them did, 1 of them didn't. Just pick the one that is not correct for Elsenborn Ridge. And that is time. Now, you might remember some Volksgrenadiers are German, Infantry Division is American, and the 15th Panzer Division, of course, is wrong. It was the 12th, which is on Elsenborn Ridge. The 15th Panzer Division was actually on Tobruk back historically. So maybe we'll see that one on Tobruk later. Who knows? And speaking of groups, the American commander is getting something new. What's the name of this new commander outfit? Now, is that made out of fresh horsehide, sheepskin, or out of goatskin? And, interestingly enough, all of these are real outfits of World War II for the Americans. Now, I might be a bit sheepish here, but it is indeed B3 sheepskin. Did you know you can actually buy all of these free jackets still online? Yeah, seriously. Now, soak this one up, because this is going to be a bit confusing. There is a new house in Elsenborn Ridge. Which Let Loose map do you see on the painting that hangs in the bathroom of the new house? And I'm not gonna lie, this is very niche, so if you get this right, you know what? Have 3 points. Now that was enough time, and hopefully you have guessed Purple Heart Lane or Purple Heart Lane Knight. If not, then, well, you have at least hopefully gathered some points here during this. Because we are at the end, that was the 10th question. and tell me in the comments how many points you have gathered. 1 point for each question, except the last one, which gives you 3 points.